Hello again. So you'll have to excuse my hair. So when it gets to this time of year, so here in the UK it's autumn going into winter, because of the central heating and the drastic change in temperatures, my hair tends to kind of go full Mufasa. There's no other word for it. So I've just kind of done my best to tame it. But yeah, I do apologise if it's kind of all over the place during this video. Anyway, that aside, it is that time of month again, so I'm doing this a little bit later than I normally would. There's some postal strikes going on here in the UK currently, so some of our post is kind of getting to us a little bit later than normal. This box did arrive a day or so ago, I think, but I was kind of not able to get it unboxed at that point. So I'm doing it now, but it's technically still November, so it still counts. And for those of you who are regular viewers, you will know exactly what box I'm referring to. You'll probably also know because it's, you know, in the title of the video. But for those of you who aren't familiar, it is the Natural Beauty box, which is, I'm just covering my address up just here. So it's a nice, simple box. It doesn't really have any fancy packaging, but to be honest, I don't mind because the products inside usually do all of the talking. But it's a Natural Beauty subscription, and they're cruelty-free items, natural beauty of course, often vegan, often organic. They also have plastic-free edits every quarter as well. So there's a theme every month too, and usually, and they've never let me down yet, so I'm not expecting them to this time, but usually all of the items inside really match the theme as well. They really fit in really well. It doesn't feel like the items have just been kind of thrown in there just as a second thought. There's a lot of thought that goes into this. There's a lot of love that goes into this as well. So I'm going to open it up now. And the theme for November is "And Relax," which I think is a gorgeous theme for this time of year. Again, the weather is changing, it's going dark earlier, it's dark already right now, and I'm filming this video at 4:20 in the afternoon and it's already pitch black outside. It's not really a time where I am a fan of being outside, I'll be honest. I am a summer girl. I love the spring and summertime. Autumn, winter, not really my thing. So for me, kind of getting curled up, cozy inside and relaxed is my idea of heaven during this time of the year. So this theme of "And Relax" it absolutely matches up with what I want to be doing at this time. So I'm just going to open it all out as always, and we can get into the products. I'll hold it up again as I always do, but then we'll go into the items in more detail too. So some of them are covered up by the little squiggly, I never know what to call those, like the cardboard squiggly worm things, but anyway. We also have what I can see is a little extra treat, which I'm very excited about, but let's get straight into it with a brand that is actually a new discovery for me. So those of you who are, again, regular viewers will know that a lot of the time with the brands in this box, they're always different products. I've never really had a repeat product, but sometimes similar brands pop up from time to time. But even if I haven't kind of tried a brand before, I still will have heard of them. However, this brand is one that I actually haven't heard of either until I saw the spoiler for this item within the box. And please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but I think this is Guerlain, and it's their hydrating serum. Now this product on its own is worth more than the price of the box, so this is worth £45, which is just unbelievable. So this is a fast acting skin drink for dull, dehydrated and stressed out skin, for extra hydration, not dehydration. That's the opposite of what we want to achieve. It's calming and protective, and it contains rich and nourishing oils without greasiness. Gives a sophisticated skin feel. Do apologise if you can hear sirens. I live near a hospital, so you may hear some sirens occasionally. it leaves skin softer and smoother, and it can be used as a primer for your makeup as well. So this is what it looks like when you take it out of the box. So you just basically apply 1 to 2 pumps. You can use it morning or evening as well, which is perfect. So some skincare items are either, you know, night or morning products, but this you can use for either, which is perfect. I'm just having a look to see on here if there's anything else. Yeah, lightweight, rapidly absorbing serum that boosts hydration to deliver instant comfort, packed with powerful even antioxidants to protect against pollution and oxidative stress. Perfect for a natural look or as a makeup priming base. I might actually use this as a makeup primer, to be honest, because I don't currently have any primer. I've run out. So while I don't wear a lot of makeup day to day, if I'm going out anywhere, or if I just fancy, you know, putting a bit of slap on just to kind of make myself feel better, I do tend to use foundation, concealer, etc. So primer is really useful for that, so I might give this a try as a primer as well. It has aloe vera, ectoine, I think, biosaccharide gum and plant-based squalane to ensure hydration by maintaining correct water balance in the skin, centella, bisabolol and geranium to soothe and reduce the feeling of tightness to enhance the skin's natural healing process. Rosehip oil, which is high in vitamin C, and resveratrol, which is a powerful antioxidant found in red grapes to protect against environmental stresses, and it's also suitable for all skin types, so sensitive, normal, combination, oily, you name it, you can use this, which is brilliant because sometimes you do find in these boxes, and I am quite lucky, I will say I am quite lucky in that most skincare products are okay. My skin seems to tolerate things quite well. It can be sensitive sometimes, but on the whole, it does tend to tolerate most products pretty well. But obviously, there are people out there who have, you know, very sensitive skin, things like rosacea, acne, etc. as well, very oily skin that can't always use a lot of the products that come in these boxes. So when it's a product for all skin types, it just makes sure that all subscribers are catered to and all subscribers can use it. There's nothing worse than receiving a beauty box and having items in there that you can't use, which means that effectively you've paid for a beauty box where some of the items are going to have to be given away or not put in the bin because that would be a waste, but not going to get use out of yourself. So this is the first item, and that is the hydrating serum. I've actually just run out of serum as well, so probably came at a really good time. Next one we have, so this is a brand I am familiar with. I think they've featured in this box once or twice before. They've also featured in a couple of other boxes that I've had over the years as well, both on this blog and over on Box Session, where I also do reviews and things. But it's the Natural Beauty Pot, and these are their rose bath salts. Now these are worth £4, and they're created with mineral rich Epsom salt, rose and jojoba oil and botanicals. They have a gorgeous floral scent for a relaxing atmosphere, and also if you don't have a bath, which I don't, so I live in a flat, as I've mentioned a few times before, the bathroom I have is quite small, so there's only really room for a shower in there, but you can use it as a foot soak if you don't have a bath, so that's perfect because that is something I can definitely do. And I completely appreciate, you know, with bath products and things, it's one of those, isn't it, where they can't not include bath products just because there are people out there who may not have baths, because that's then excluded. It's a very hard balance to find, isn't it? So with this kind of thing, I do tend to use them as a foot soak, or I tend to kind of pass them on to people who do have a bath, or I sometimes will pop it in my bag and nip off to my mum's and use her bath to dry them. So it's not that I'll never get use out of them. But it is good to know that this can be used as a foot soak as well, which is definitely, I think, what I will be doing with them. Maybe on a nice, on a cold night, so I can kind of get myself all snuggled up and get my feet into a nice little soak. I don't really treat my feet all that much, so definitely something I'm planning to do. That is the second item. We also have, so I've heard of this brand, but I don't actually have, well, I didn't actually have any of their items or hadn't tried them before. But of course, now I can say that I have, and it's the Run with Wolves, and it's their Black Moon Soy Candle. Now this is worth £8. I'm just going to take the lid off as well, so it actually has some little detailing on there. So this has a grounding scent with woodland tones to bring positivity, calmness and relaxation. So it has earthy sandalwood and black pepper to wrap around you and bring warmth and inner peace. So let's have a sniff. Oh, that is gorgeous. That sandalwood is one of my favourite smells anyway, but that is just stunning. I love that. Wow. Okay, does it say how long the burn time is? It doesn't say, but obviously it's a really lovely little pot as well. I love the packaging, the little wolf on there as well. So that is, I can't remember if I said, but that's worth £8. So that's item number 3. What's better than lighting a candle and having a bit of a pamper evening as well during the winter? It's nothing better. So we also have, so this is a company again that I have tried before. I think I've had a couple of items from them, from a couple of other boxes that I used to get. But this is the Konjac Sponge Company, and it's their 100% natural konjac and loofah sponge, and it has bamboo charcoal in it. So this is worth $14.99, and it's a premium natural cleansing and exfoliating sponge or loofah. And it leaves skin invigorated, helps to prevent dry skin patches and ingrown hairs. And even though it's quite hard when you actually first take it out when it's dry, when it gets wet, it actually goes really, really soft, like a spongy kind of texture. It's really silky, so it exfoliates without that damage and irritation that a lot of exfoliators can cause. It's a really good size as well, if you can see there, and it's got a little handle on it too, so you can hang it up when you're not using it. But this is basically, the Konjac sponge is nature's enriching, powerful and effective answer to premium cleansing. So the loofah plant is where it's made from, which is an exfoliating king, and they've combined the goodness of konjac plant with the power of the loofah for an incredible deeper cleansing and exfoliating experience. They have a lot of other ones on their website as well. I have one, I think it has rose in it, I think. I've got a couple of different ones from them, and they're really, really good. I really do like them, but this one I feel like you could maybe use this for your body as well. So the other ones that I've got are facial ones, but this one I feel like you could probably use it on your body too. It just says the ultimate exfoliating experience for purifying the skin. It doesn't necessarily say where to use it, but because of the size of it, I'm thinking you could probably use it on your body too. But that is the 4th item. And then there's a little extra treat, which I always love to see. We have a vegan protein bar from a company called Free Soul, and this is chocolate banoffee flavour. So it has 15 grams of protein, 0.4 grams of sugar, only 158 calories, 100% plant-based and totally delicious. So high protein, low in sugar. I'm just having a look to see if there's any other, no other information. Now, I really enjoy protein bars. I have quite a few of them, so I train a lot. I do a lot of exercise. It's something that I used to do quite a lot in my 20s. I used to compete in physique shows and things like that. So protein bars are pretty much a staple for me. It's not a brand I've heard of before or ever tried before. Very much looking forward to it. I don't have a retail price for this bar because it's a little extra, but of course I will look that up, and when I'm writing my review I'll pop it in there. But that's all of the items. So in regards to the total retail price or the value of the box this month, it's actually worth £72. I think the the serum definitely kind of bumps that value up, but it's always got a really good value anyway in terms of, you know, compared to how much you pay for the box itself, which is £24.95 per month. But you can also, there are a few other payment options as well. So you can prepay for 3 months, which is £71.10, or you can prepay for 6 months, which is £138. There's also the option to purchase just a one-off box. So if you want to just try a specific box, if you've seen an edit that you think looks really good, but you don't necessarily want to commit or be tied down to a subscription, or maybe you want to try the box before you commit to a subscription, you certainly can do that. So a one-off box would cost you £25.95. They also have the option of subscribing on a bi-monthly basis, so you would receive a box every 2 months rather than every single month. You'd pay the same price, so £24.95, but that's every other month. As I mentioned back at the start of the video as well, they do plastic free edits, and these are on a quarterly basis. So if you are somebody that is wanting to reduce your single-use plastic use, or you're just kind of wanting to make more sustainable choices, then you can just subscribe to the plastic free edits, just those ones, so you won't receive any of the other boxes. So you'll receive obviously a box every quarter, and again you pay the same amount, so £24.95 every quarter. They also have a couple of other options on the website as well, particularly at this time of year, really good ideas to do. So they have a Lucky Dip box available, and this usually contains about 3, I think, products from previous boxes. So a nice idea to try for if you want to give it a go in terms of, you know, trying out what sort of products come in the box before you commit to a subscription. So that's £12.95. With the Lucky Dip though, it is exactly as it sounds, it's a Lucky Dip, so you don't actually get to select the items that are in there. So it is, you know, a bit of a gamble. However, of course, all of the products that have been featured in this box previously are all gorgeous, so whichever ones you get will be fine. But if you're after a specific one, the Lucky Dip box may not be the way to go. However, there is a pick and mix option as well, where you can pick either 3 items for £15 or 4 items for £20. Now, with that, you do get to obviously pick what you want in there. Of course, that's a little bit better if there are specific products that you want, but just be aware that sometimes the products that you want may have already sold out, so you don't always, you're not always 100% guaranteed. However, again, if you wanted to kind of put a little box together for yourself or for a friend or family member, again, particularly this time of year when we're all starting to think about Christmas and what we're getting for people, perfect idea to do that. If there's particular products that you know that person loves or would like to try, great idea to do the pick and mix. All of the options come with free delivery as well. So that's everything that I was going to show you. I know I always waffle on for hours about this box, or at least I could, so I'm just going to do a very quick recap, and we'll see where it all goes. So this was the Konjac Sponge Company's Konjac and Loofah sponge, and it has bamboo charcoal in it for purifying the skin. This is where I have to get everything back in the box as well, which usually doesn't work out very well for me. We then had the Run with Wolves Black Moon Soy Candle, which smells beautiful. I have the Natural Beauty Pot Rose Bath Salts, which you can also use as a foot soak. There was also the Guerin Hydrating Serum, and of course that little extra, the vegan protein bar from Free Soul, which is the chocolate banoffee flavour, which probably won't last much longer than the photos that I'm going to be taking shortly. And once again, the theme was "and relax." So that is November's Natural Beauty Box. I've been subscribing to this for years now. You'll all be sick of hearing me waffle on about it. I've never had a box where I've been disappointed, and I think that's the exact reason why we subscribe to this sort of thing, isn't it? You know, we don't put our hard-earned money into something to expect to be disappointed, and with this box I never have been. I've always opened it up and it's been like Christmas every month. Of course, the December boxes are usually always a little bit special, so I'm very much looking forward to next month's box too. But every month, you know, they always make sure that the theme is spot on, the items within it are spot on in regards to the theme. There's always really nice variety as well. So, you know, we don't get something that I experienced in a few boxes previously that I was subscribed to, where it was the same sort of products every time. So I was once subscribed to a box, and I think I had like about 3 or 4 eyeliners within the space of 6 months from them, and I don't really use eyeliner very often at all, but even for people that do, you know, that's quite an excessive amount. Whereas with this, you know, we haven't had a candle for a while for definite. We haven't had any bath salts for quite some time. Serums we haven't had for a while, and the Konjac sponge we certainly haven't had before either, or at least not that I can remember in recent times. So it's all really it's all really good stuff, and it's all exciting stuff because it's not things that you see in other boxes or that kind of do the rounds. Again, I think when I was subscribed to a few other boxes a few years ago, there was this one particular product and it was in every single box that you got, so you ended up with like 4 or 5 of the same product, which of course, you know, when it's different companies putting the boxes together, it's not their fault that you are subscribed to all of them and that product is in their box as well. But with this, you kind of don't ever get that repetition from any other boxes, even boxes that are along the similar lines, you know, boxes that are natural, organic, cruelty-free, etc. So with that being said, I'm going to take that as an opportunity to stop waffling on. Let me know what you think of this month's box if you are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, let me know which item you are most intrigued about, and I will of course be doing a written review of this, which will be up on the blog in about a week's time. You can find the link for the blog down in the description as well, so check that out. There's some of the reviews and things on there too. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, watching, and for joining me in my less than glamorous kitchen in a very dark and cold November. Until next time, take care and I'll see you soon.